How's it going, YWC? Guy on the internet who doesn't like reviews. TNA Impact 10-16. Let's talk about it. Show starts off with Bobby Lashley coming out and saying, I told you guys EC3 wasn't going to be the guy to beat me. There's nobody that can beat me. I'm the top champion. I'm the best champion in the whole entire wrestling industry. I'm just the top guy here. There's nobody that can compete with me. Out comes Aaron Rex, who says that he made history. He changed the game because he won the first ever TNA Grand Championship. And he says that the word grand means that he's the top guy. And, you know, off paper, you know, anytime you put grand somewhere, it should mean like the top stuff. But we all know that's not true because it's a new belt, has no prestige. But I guess that's his weird way of kind of trying to force prestige onto it. Then out comes Gail Kim. And TNA, I like this. I like what you did here because, you know, you always made Knockout's belt feel important. But doing this where basically all the men come out with their belts, you have Gail Kim come out with the Knockouts belt and say, look, my belt isn't the most important belt. And I don't think there are a lot of people that can argue that it isn't a very important belt in TNA and that it has prestige. So doing that, I can't even imagine. I hate to bring up WWE. I really hate to, but could you imagine if Charlotte or Becky Lynch came out and did the same thing? They would be laughed out of the ring, completely laughed. Like Charlotte, I don't know. Oh, Charlotte's title has prestige. She could do it. No. Imagine her coming out to Roman Reigns' U.S. title, even maybe the Universal title, maybe. Uh, even the tag titles have more prestige. Like her saying that her title means more than the United States Championship that's been around for like so many years, she'll be laughed at. I know people will say, "Oh, no, it's because you're blind and you love Charlotte for some reason." I love Charlotte too, but I'm not that blind. It's not something they could do in WWE, but in TNA, it makes sense and it puts the Knockouts title on a more higher level of respect. And then out comes Matt Hardy and says that he's the most important champion because he changed TNA from a regular universe into a broken universe. Out comes dj.z and says that, look, all of us guys are champions. We all have our unique styles, our unique divisions. And then out comes, well, before that, Lashley says, look, this is all cute and whatever, but you guys are second-rate champions. I'm the top guy. You guys suck. I'm out. Fuck you guys. Paraphrasing, obviously. And then out comes Billy Corgan. And Billy Corgan, he comes out in, I don't know what kind of coat he was wearing, but it was like he was wearing a 1997 Rappers sweater shirt hoodie that was like oversized big, and then he had this weird panda kind of coat, and he was flanked by Aiden O'Shea. Like, I guess they're doing a gimmick redo on Aiden O'Shea. Now he's Billy Corgan's bodyguard, and now he, instead of dressing like a Italian guy from Brooklyn that has no money, now he's dressing like, I guess, what you would expect Billy Corgan's bodyguard to dress like when he's touring with the Smashing Pumpkins. And he tells Lashley, look, I respect you. You're the most dominant champion, but you're going to defend your title tonight, just like everybody else. But we're going to give you a choice, and you have a choice between. They had videos all throughout the night, but I'm just going to spoil it. They had a choice between. Lashley had a choice between Moose, Eddie, and EC3. So he said that Gail Kim would defend her title against Sienna. dj.z would be in a match with Team X Gold. I don't know if that's the name of the team or the name of the thing they're doing. And that Broken Matt Hardy would defend his tag team titles with Brother Nero against Decay in a Wolves Creek cage match. So first match, Team X Gold, I guess the name of the team, or it's basically like a trio type of match, but the tags are more strictly enforced. You just can't be in there, or is it disqualification? I'm guessing that's what the rules are. So it's dj.z, Mandrews, and Bradson Sutter versus Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett, and the debut of on TNA Impact, Marshe Rockett. And Marshe Rockett, his body style is similar to Big Cass. And when I say Big Cass, he's like a really tall guy who kind of has muscles but doesn't have muscles, who compared to the rest of the roster slash division, he just stands out. And from what I've seen of not Aiden O'Shea, but Marshe Rockett, they need this guy in the S division. Not only is he tall, strong, he's athletic, he can fly like a cruiserweight, and I like how Pope explained it. The S division has no, I don't know how many times they have to tell people, the S division has no limits. It's a style, it's a fast-paced style. Hell, anybody can wrestle in the S division, but can you keep up? That's basically what they're saying. And I think down the line, Marshe Rockett versus dj.z should happen for that S division title, because Marshe, he was semi-impressive in here. And what by I mean semi-impressive, he had, for the time he had, he did some pretty cool stuff. But the match ends with dj.z, Mandrews getting the victory. Andrew Everett tried to go for this moonsault he always does. Is like super high moonsault. And I think Mandrews got foot up. Tags in Bradson Sutter. Bradson Sutter hits a powerbomb on Andrew Everett. And then Mandrews hits a shooting star press, gets pinfall 1, 2, 3. Next segment, Eli Drake's Facts of Life. Eli Drake says that he's bound for gold, while another guy, his guest, has had a rocket ship shoved up his ass, and that he's a choke artist. He's obviously talking about EC3. He calls EC3 the guy who's been handing everything, the guy who's done nothing with it. And then EC3 tries to explain what happened at Mount of Glory, and Eli Drake keeps hitting the dummy yeah button. EC3 says that you hit that button more time, I'm going to kill you. And then Eli Drake gets up, and you think this would be somehow like haha funny joke, back and forth with words, but I like the way they took it. It was more serious. Eli Drake says, you know what? I don't like you because you've been handed everything. They've given you everything, and that's pretty much EC3's character. Well, yeah, because he's in storyline DC Carter's nephew, but that's how his character's brought in. He was given everything. He won matches, giving it, and then he made a turnaround to where, hey, he had to work for it, but still he has that linger of he's been given everything because he's related storyline-wise to Dixie Carter. And Eli Drake says, I was running with the Rising, with Drew Galloway, Michael, who isn't here, and then Drew Galloway, he's not here because he has an injury. I wasn't supposed to be here. I was supposed to just fade off into the darkness, but I had to scratch, claw, cheat, do whatever to stay here and now get a title shot. You get everything. You're not on my work rate right now. My work rate. You're not on, my work rate. If you think you are, you're an idiot. And I like that. I like how Eli Drake, as a bad guy, explained why he does certain stuff he does. Because he's afraid to go into being, off the roster, being somebody that people forget. Sometimes you have to do stuff like that. I like that little touch that adds to Eli Drake's character. Then you had the Knockouts title match. Sienna versus Gail Kim. Sienna and LVM, Laurel Van Ness, and Maria were verbally assaulting Allie before they came out. The match itself between Gail Kim and Sienna, it was okay. They've had better matches. Gail Kim ends up getting the victory with a roll-up. And then after the match, Maria's cabinet beats up Gail Kim, well, all except for Allie. And Gail Kim gets slapped by Maria. Maria says that next week she's going to get her rematch. in a no disqualification match, and she's going to try to end Gail Kim's career. Cut to another segment where Maria, she tries to go into Billy Corgan's office, and ain't no shades there. He's like, whoa, whoa, Toots, you can't go in there. Billy doesn't want to see you. He has a message for you, though. Next week, you will get your rematch. But if you lose, you will no longer be queen or leader of the Knockouts. Water. But let's see, what was the next thing? I think it was, okay, all right, that's gone, all right. Oh, the Wolves Creek cage match, and I was kind of, I didn't know what the Wolves Creek match was, and I guess just something they're doing for Pop TV, because Pop TV has the Wolves Creek TV show. I don't know what the Wolves Creek TV show is. I guess it's about a serial killer or whatever. So they had all the weapons that the fictional serial killer uses on the show in the ring. They had a chainsaw without the blade, and the match, it was a pretty good cage match. The Hardys end up winning with Matt Hardy going over the top. It was okay. It was, for a brutal cage match, it delivered. Nothing like glorious, but nothing bad. It was, something you couldn't enjoy. But yeah, the Hardys end up winning the match with a go over, escape cage thing from Matt Hardy. Then you had, let me see, what was the next match? Oh, you had Cody, sorry, not Cody Rhodes, but Cody and Brandy Rhodes. Cody comes out and says that it felt great to debut at Bound for Glory, that he wasn't kicked out of his old home. He left to pursue other dreams on his own. He says that he has this thing called the list, not Jericho's list, but his own list of things he wants to accomplish. And he says that instead of Mike Bennett, he probably should have put TNA World Heavyweight Champion on the list. And let me see, what else? TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And, oh yeah, he says that he's been granted a title match, a World Heavyweight title match for, I think he said, did he say next week? Yeah, he said next week. Then the Miracle comes out and he says that, Miracle says that he's offended by Cody because everybody told the Miracle, hey, you have to fight, you have to earn a title shot. You just can't be handed a title shot. And he had to fight, blah, blah, blah. Cody says, hey, we should fight. They get into a little scuffle. And then Cody says that instead of his first debut match in TNA being against the World Heavyweight Champion, it's going to be against Mike Bennett. So next week, we're going to get Cody Rhodes versus Mike Bennett. I can't wait for that match. Then moving on, the next thing you had was, oh my God, Cody Rhodes' wife. Cody Rhodes, right? That man is a winner in and outside the ring. And then you had the Grand Championship. Aaron Rex defending against Baron Dix. Now, here are my thoughts on the Grand Championship. I thought it was UFC. It was tricky in thinking it's UFC. I had to step back and think about it. It has the same stuff as UFC or the boxing, but it's not. It's wrestling. It's not like they're going there and throwing random jobber haymakers, or they're two plumbers who want to be UFC guys. No, it's wrestling. And you don't win the match by, just like scraps, whatever. You win the match and it's scored upon by wrestling and wrestling moves and how often you can chain together and be aggressive. So it's still wrestling, except for it has the time break. So in a sense, it's more, I would say, like Olympic type, the amateur wrestling in a way, but it still has that aspect of professional sports entertainment. That being said, this match isn't going to be these grand championship matches. aren't going to be for everybody, because if you have two guys like Rex and Brazil Baraka, who are very, what's the word I'm looking for, ground-based type of guys, it's going to slow the match down to a crawl, and it's going to be hard for people to get interested in the match if there aren't views or anything like that involved. Whereas if you had guys that are smaller, I won't say smaller, but more fast-paced, like the Trevor Lees, the Eddies, some of the X Division guys in this, and I'm pretty sure they will be involved down the road in these Grand Championship matches, it's going to be, the crowd's going to be more into it. But that's just how these matches are going to play out. And I like how the matches are set up. So in the match, the first round, Baron Davis completely dominates Aaron Riggs. In the second round, he's still like dominating Aaron Riggs. But then just one slip up, Aaron Riggs trips up Baron Davis and then puts him in his submission finisher, the Royal Arch, and just wins out of nowhere. And that's how, I guess that's the MMA aspect of it, if you want to put MMA into it. But that's also what can happen in Olympic/amateur wrestling. You can win the first round, and then all of a sudden, I guess if it's based on points or a knockout or whatever, you could win like that. So it's an interesting dynamic in these matches. Again, they aren't for everybody, because, hey, I was getting kind of bored of this match myself. I'm not going to lie to you. So Aaron Riggs ends up winning via submission in the second round. Then you had, the World Heavyweight title match. And this is where, I'm not going to say it yet. But Lashley comes out. He has three choices: Moose, EC3, Eddie Edwards. He picks Eddie Edwards because he says it's going to be the easiest match out of all of them. And in the end, Eddie Edwards puts on a pretty good match with Lashley. I'm going to say they've had better matches in the past. I think their first match when there was the X Division title versus World Heavyweight Championship was a better match, but this was pretty good on its own. So the match ends with Eddie Edwards going for a suicide dive on the outside. He already had hit two of them on the guardrail on Lashley. On the third one, Lashley moves out of the way. And I'm thinking to myself, well, there's just another victory for Lashley. He's going to throw him in, spear, blah, 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 on to the next episode of TNA Impact. But while Lashley's setting up for the spear, and Eddie's getting up all drowsy and stuff, Lashley, he's running full speed, just full speed for the spear, low. Eddie Edwards turns around and just clouts him with the knee, the Boston knee party. And he clocks him and pins him. 1, 2. Well, Lashley will kick out. 3, you're like, what the fuck? Even the people in the Impact Zone were very surprised that that happened. And Eddie Edwards is your new TNA Impact champion. And this is where people, especially people who don't watch TNA, people who dick ride the WWE, this is where they got butt hurt, pennies in the water, all of the other. They were mad. They were triggered. Blah, blah, blah. They were saying stuff that didn't make sense. Eddie Edwards doesn't deserve the title. How, nigga? How? He's been in the company for how many years? He's done so many things. Championships, put on great matches. Tag championship, X-Division championship. Very accomplished in-ring performer. Decent on mic. He's not like super talented on the mic, but he gets his point across. Oh, it doesn't make sense for Eddie Edwards to win the World Heavyweight title from Lashley. He ran full speed into a fucking, I don't care who the fuck you are. If you run full speed into everybody, human anatomy lesson, take your right hand, put it on your fucking knee. Your knee's one of the hardest bones in your body. You think if somebody was running full fucking force into your knee while you're like striking it, not let alone Eddie Edwards did a jumping strike to the man's jaw, it wouldn't knock him the fuck. What kind of idiot would even say some stupid shit like that. I know who, I'm not going to say his name on the internet, but who even think, oh, it doesn't make sense for that to happen? And how, like, I heard somebody say, oh, how did Eddie Edwards get in the title picture? It just happened out of nowhere. He had 2 matches against Lashley for the World Heavyweight title. So out of nowhere, I don't think so. And let's face it, let's just be truly honest about this situation. It didn't matter who Lashley got beaten by for the world title. Even if it hadn't been tonight, they would have bitched. If it had been one of the other guys, they would have been, oh, Moose, he didn't deserve it. He hasn't been there long enough. Well, he's still, he had given it to a Ring of Honor guy. It's what a Ring of Honor buzz. If it would have given EC3, why did EC3 win? What? He could have won as a pay-per-view. That's why TNA sucks, because they don't have the championship defenses or match changes on the pay-per-views. I'm triggered. Anybody, I remember like some people who are bitching about Eddie Edwards winning. They said, oh, why did Lashley win? Why did he win when he beat Drew Galloway? Why did he win? He didn't deserve it. He's too old. Nobody cares. He's gonna drop ratings. And then ratings stay the same or go up a little bit. Not Eddie Edwards wins. The same people. Why did you take the title off of Lashley? Somebody cares about Lashley. Look, I'm just gonna be honest. There's no win with these people. None. Like, the only time they talk about TNA is when the title change happens, and then they don't know who the guy is, and then they bitch about how he's not the champion, and then the guy proves himself to be a good heavyweight champion, and they're like, oh, well, I guess I was wrong. They'll make a video on it saying I'm wrong, the guy's a good champion. They just wait for another champion to beat that guy and say, oh, I can't believe that guy won the champion. I swear to fucking God. I'm just saying the first part is random. This asshole idiot, he's made like 5 videos. 5, maybe, I think, well, whatever. He made a video when Matt Hardy won the title, bitching about that shit. And then he made a video about who won it? Drew Galloway winning, saying why did Matt Hardy get beat for the title and bitched about Drew Galloway. And then he made a video about Drew Galloway losing and said that Lashley sucked, blah, blah, blah. And then now he makes a video about Eddie Edwards winning the title, bitching, and saying that people care. What? These people are assholes. I don't even get their logic. It's like they don't even hear or like have the memory to comprehend what they said in the past. You bitch about every and I get it. I get it. It's a gimmick to these people. They want YouTube money and subscribers, so they have to lie to themselves and their subs that they hate TNA, and I guess some of them do, or they just make up random shit about TNA, and they just keep repeating the cycle, and the idiot just keep like feeding on it, just like, oh yeah, I forgot what you said last time about that, and it makes no sense. TNA, I hate to say it, but no matter who they put as champion, people are gonna bitch. Brock Lesnar could come in and he could dominate, blah blah blah. He could win a world championship. Oh, why you put the title on Brock Lesnar? He's a dirty guy. You're just giving it to a WWE guy. Nakamura could come in. Oh, you're giving it to a WWE guy, even though he was with New Japan first. Naito could come in. He didn't deserve it. He's just a Japanese guy. No, they don't have any background character. They don't know where the guy came from, blah, blah. And they just bitch. No matter who TNA puts as champion, people are going to bitch. And then when they get proven wrong that the guy actually talented, has credibility, and puts on good matches, they act like they didn't say shit because, first of all, they're dickholes. But anyway, Eddie Edwards, new heavyweight champion. Hopefully he isn't a transitional champion. And let's be honest, we all know why Lashley lost. He lost because he's got a match against somebody in Bellator. Well, why did they put the title on EC3? They're going to take the title. Well, maybe they had a better direction for EC3 than winning the World Heavyweight title. Not everybody has to win the World Heavyweight title on that given night or when you think they should. Sometimes surprising. It was sport because it takes. I know that, idiot, but I'm just saying in general. Sometimes how you think something should go, it doesn't have to go that way. Yes, EC3 win the world title at the pay-per-view. Hey, it would mean the predictable story. Lashley on this thing of dominance and he's doing all this stuff. Obviously, Lashley has to win. Wrong. Eddie Edwards, the guy who's lost twice to Lashley in title matches, he's got to lose, right? Wrong, wrong, wrong. Anyway, I thought it was pretty good. TNA Impact. Tell me your thoughts are. Are you for Eddie Edwards as a champion? Are you against it? Tell me reasons why. You gotta give me legitimate reasons. You can't say stupid shit like, oh, he's too small. That's not a valid reason. You can't say, oh, because he's not. He's standard on the mic. He's decent on the mic. Oh, I can't even think of some of these. They just pull some of these stupid fucking reasons to why guys can't be champion out of nowhere. Lashley can't be champion. Why? He's 40 years old, but he's wrestling like a 20-year-old. He's fucking crazy. Why can't Drew Galloway wear a champion? Well, because it came from WWE. Oh yeah, so let's when TNA hires new wrestlers, let's segregate them because they work somewhere else. That's smart. Why can't Chris Sabin win the title? Oh, because he's the X Division guy. Oh, so you're saying the X Division isn't important? Oh, I just want to end the video because I want to upload this shit and see what the hell people say. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Blah 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 blah. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.